Sam Hill. You've spoken that he pushed you to new levels. He inspired you to try flat pedals. He inspired you to understand grip on the bike. Like, what was it like taking lessons in theory from a youngster like that?
This was the only moment of my race career where I was looking at him riding and I was not being able to understand. I was like, how can he get so much grip? How can he use so little energy on his race run? How can he be so consistent on the way he was riding? Like for me, for Steve, I would say Nico was a Martian. And Nico was the one that was coming from another planet. And for me, in my race career, Sam was this one. Sam was the one that I had, that I was the most inspired from. Flat pedals, the way he was keeping the grip in the corner, the way he was cornering was very, very unique. And yeah, he is the one that pushed my boundary and my thinking. And after his bronze medal in Léger, I know that in Livigno he was going to be right up there. And the only way for me to compete was to have two aspects. I know that mentally he was as good as me, and I knew that technically he was on the top of the game on his bike. The only way for me to perform was to be able to put a heavier pace vehicle and to find a mechanical advantage. And those two parameters were the parameters that I really, really pushed heavily because I knew the run was really long and very tensed. And I knew that the stability of the chassis, because we had a very high average speed at the time on that run, was going to be a key factor. And that's where I came up with the first 720 or 740 millimeter wide bar, 59.5 degree at angle, minus 20 BB.
Say that again. Say that again. No one uses that now. 59.
59.5.
Really?
And minus 20 millimeter BB height compared to the wheel axle.
What is standard now? Sorry, what is standard now? I don't even look at geometry much anymore.
Yeah, you minus 5, minus 7 around, and very you have bigger wheels.
Yeah, so then the minus 20 on 26 is huge.
The BB was like extremely low, and I came to the discussion with Paul. I said, well, we have a problem here. Okay, we got the stability, but because the bike is so open and we charge so much, I keep bottoming out the suspension. And let's be honest, the brake doesn't keep up. So Paul was trying to put some thinking in there, and we designed some levers for those Haynes brake at the time that was extended, like longer levers. So we brought the levers in, we put the bar wider, we inverted the rocker of the Kuna bike to be able to more progressivity at the end of travel, making some extension ports. And then I called Jack, Loic's mechanic, who was my mechanic a few years before. And I said, Jack, you need to prepare my suspension. I want to rock on high speed. It's very simple. We open it to have some grip, but the high speed, I want something completely locked. Because the track was not so chattery, was lot of G out, and it was very, very smooth, big landing, but then like you need a lot of speed in the straight line, like very keeping a lot of speed. And I remember I had a Suzuki 888 at the time, and every single impact, the fork was locking. It was like the bike was just going like this. We pushed the boundary of this bike, and I said, now we have to understand. So straight after Ligier in November 2004, I put flat pedal on my bike. Never rode flat pedals on my bikes, and I did 6 months of flat pedals, just trying to understand how sound could get so much grip. And that's the very, very first time that I completely draw the cleat position under the shoes and put my cleats back to try to create less leverage on my calf and more load from my hamstrings and quads to be able to get like better pressure and better feeling in the corners to be closer to Sam's skills. And if you look nowadays, all the new top shoes, if you measure from the heel to the center of the cranks, they have been able to 18 compared to what the cross country shoes we were using back in the days. And it was the very first time I moved the cleats, I widened the bar, I really opened the head angle, dropped the BD, and made something very, very aggressive to be able to compete against some that had unique skills at the time. And the funny story you can talk to Sam. I don't know if you. I don't think you did a podcast yet. If you did, you can ask him the question. I remember sitting next to him into the lift line, and we were looking at each other. And he looked at me, looked at my bike, looked at his, and he said, "Fab, I feel like I am on a BMX bike next to you." Because my bike was so long, so open and low that everything was very compact to him, and it was way faster. But my racing approach, my mechanical choice paid off. And again, I think between us, it was like more than a 3-minute run. It was less than a second between the two of us.